Hari Om children. Welcome all of you to listen to one of the most popular stories of all times. Yes, you guessed it right, and it is Ramayana. So today is the first episode. You will listen carefully, children, to the story because there is going to be a surprise question in the end. So first, let's start with the shloka. It is the Rama Raksha stotra, and then followed by the story. Here it goes. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. The story goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a very noble and celebrated kingdom in the northern part of India. Its name was Kosala, with its capital city in the city of Ayodhya. It was ruled by a very pious and powerful king. His name was Dasharatha. Dasharatha, like all other kings, lived in a palace. He had 3 wives. They were Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra. However, he did not have any children. So as he was getting old, he started to get worried because he wanted to take care of the people in his kingdom for long time, but he had no children. So there was nobody to continue his reign. So Dasharatha wanted to speak about his worries to the royal guru called Sage Vasishta. Vasishta Maharshi was one of the Sapta Rishis, and also he was the oldest Rishis of his times. He was very wise. Vasishta Maharshi felt it was strange that a king looks unhappy. So he asked the king, "O king, you have got everything in your life which a normal person would wish to have. You live in a palace with your wives. You have plenty of riches. You have power, name and fame. You have the people and the entire kingdom is yours. Still you look worried. May I know the reason, king?" Dasharatha bowed down to his guru with much reverence. After bowing down, he then opened up about his unhappiness of not having a heir to the throne. Listening to the words of despair from such a great king, Vasishta Maharshi advised King Dasharatha to do a special Yagna. He said, "O king, not to worry. If you do this special Yagna, then all your worries will vanish away." Dasharatha, like always how he obeyed the words of his guru, accordingly he performed the special Yagna. Yagna means fire sacrifice by worshipping gods and by offering with lots of devotion. As it was done by the royal household, this Yagna was performed in a grand manner. Many kings from all the neighboring kingdoms were invited. Mantras were chanted. Lots of food were prepared for the offering as well. Dasharatha prayed to God with much reverence. He also prayed with full devotion. By seeing the purity in his heart and his faith and devotion, gods were pleased. Agni devata, who is the god of fire, appeared with a pot full of nectar. Agni devata gave the pot to the king and instructed him to give it to his wives to drink. And by this, they will be able to beget children. After giving the pot, Agni devata disappeared. King was happy and he thanked his guru Vasishta for helping him arrange the Yagna. And then he gave the nectar to his wives to drink. After some time passed, king and his wives were blessed with 4 sons. Queen Kausalya gave birth to Rama. Queen Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharatha. Queen Sumitra gave birth to twins, Lakshmana and Shatrugna. King was delighted that he now has 4 wonderful princes to look after his kingdom and his people. To share his joy with the people in the kingdom, he gave lots of gems and other riches and clothes to many people. And this is how the 4 brave princes of Ayodhya were born. We will be hearing the story of Sri Rama going forward. Until then, do you all remember I asked you to observe carefully the story? Because I have a special question in the end. So here it goes. Did you all observe, children? A king, a great king like Dasharatha, who could own all the riches in the world, he was still looking unhappy. It was very good that he had a wise guru like Sage Vasishta. And king, although he was a very powerful king in the world, he obeyed his guru's words with much reverence. By this, we can learn 2 things. One is, how much ever a person owns, by owning or possessing objects in the world, it's not going to make anyone happy. King was still unhappy in the world. He had all the riches in the world. He had a kingdom, he had palace, he had everything. He had name, fame, but still he was unhappy. So the materialistic objects in the world is not going to make a person happy. The second thing that we can learn from the story is, however big a person could be, but person should always be devoted to God and Guru. We saw how King Dasharatha was such a great king and he was very powerful. His kingdom was flourishing in the world, but still he was always devoted to God, always had faith in his Guru. He bowed down to his Guru. Isn't it, children? So, until we move on to the next episode, I want you to ponder on a few questions from today's episode. Okay? So, the first one is, who was Dasharatha's Guru? Second, who brought the pot of nectar to Dasharatha? Third, what qualities did King Dasharatha have? Fourth, what were the names of the twin brothers? Fifth, which was the capital city of Kosala kingdom? Okay, so come back with all the answers for all these 5 questions and talk to your parents about the story that you heard today. Discuss with them about the special question that I asked, and then we'll watch the next episode. Until then, Hari Om.